We in here. What it do, skis?
Hey everybody, it's Crohn colitis veteran Jordan and CJ live and in the flesh. Thanks for joining us today. We're this yeah, to what to do Wednesday. Our amazing co-host Renika Wood is off tonight, and so taking care of business, making lots of money. So um, so and then right, and so yeah, so we're just hanging out talking. I uh I actually got to check out, I guess over here. I actually got to check out our gym over here at my new apartment. Um and so it's I'm happy to say that it actually I have no more excuses. And so, and so it's because where our building is, and where the gym is like really close,
Like
and
five
so
minute
it's not
walk.
like it. Yeah, it's not like you're like all the way in the corner and stuff like that, and you have to like you have to like walk over and stuff, um so it's like right, so it's like right there, I feel like I'm like so close to okay. I think everything's in, because that so the gym's really close, and also um my brother-in-law who's training to be an MMA fighter or whatever. He told me that he actually has uh this like supplement, I guess would be the word, like supplement that's greens. So it's like so,
Mm,
so some people drink the green smoothies and things like that, or they'll
yeah,
eat kale or spinach, all these different things. But this is like
is it like
almost like
powder?
those. Yeah, it's like a powdered. It's like a powdered like naked green smoothie, pretty much. But it's
Mm.
like but it's all green, and so
I think they sell
you
those
know
at
and,
Walmart. No lie.
yeah, and right, and so I will credit him for this idea. So this is his idea, but but he'll take like a mango naked, right? Like a smoothie, and so like and uh and take like a scoop of that green powder and then put it in there. And so so of course it still tastes like mango, and but it's like extremely good for you, that thing. And so it's of course, and if you're and for IBD, that would kind of pick the pick the medium of your choice. That like it's something that could or you make a smoothie out of that. You can make your pineapple or like whatever fruit is friendly to your stomach, and then add that scoop of that into it, and that would be amazing, awesome.
You know, it's something I've been eating this whole week that I haven't eaten in years.
What's that?
I've been eating oatmeal for the past week since this weekend.
I think I think because you said that the other day, I actually had oatmeal today. Like, you know what? No, it's not because I bought it, like a little bit ago, but I was like, you know what? I want some oatmeal. I must be how that stuff gets into your head, man. Like, it's funny.
Yeah, yo, I missed it. Like no lie, like I just wake up in the morning, get a cup of oatmeal, banana, like 2 scoops of peanut butter, a little
Yeah. I
bit
was
of
gonna ask you,
honey.
yeah. What's your like what's the CJ?
Yeah, I
You
mean
know,
that's pretty much the CJ right there for oatmeal.
is
Peanut butter,
bananas,
bananas, a
bananas.
little bit of honey,
Oh,
and yeah, that's it.
all right, all right, okay.
Yeah,
I do you do just water, or do you put milk in yours, or what
I
do you
use
do?
vanilla silk almond milk.
Okay, oh shit, they fancy like so.
Yeah.
Like I I'm much more of like like old school, like just like cinnamon, brown sugar, almond milk, and then raisins and stuff like that.
Yo, that's
Uh,
the best combination, no lie.
mhm,
Like if I could
mhm.
handle the brown sugar and the raisins all day.
Yeah, dates is an alternative for that.
Hmm. I feel like
And
dates
so
have a
like
lot of
chopping up.
fiber in it too.
They do, and so like chopping up dates. Um, but yeah, I mean that sounds like you're
I'm low-key
so
in the experimental phase right now because I just had oatmeal and that's not killing me. So I'm just
mm,
like, what else can I have? But I don't want to overdo it. I think the next experimental thing I'm gonna do is steamed squash. So
okay.
fingers crossed.
All right, man. Fingers crossed. Like that's I think yeah, squash is another thing that I think you can do like with yeah, like pineapple, citrus, those kind of things. Like if it's frozen squash or whatever, or if you steam it then freeze it. Um, that would go good with like yeah, like real like colored stuff, or yeah, like citrus and oranges and mango. Again, I can't do citrus, so for me it'd be like pineapple and mango. I love pineapple. Pineapple's one of my favorite things. So
Is it
uh,
pineapple citrusy
I
or
don't think so.
okay?
Or or is this like, or is this yet another, I've been eating yogurt for 15 years, wondering why I'm sick. Type thing.
It'd be like that sometimes.
So like, and so I
Constantly eating your trigger food, asking why you're sick.
like wow, I feel horrible.
No lie, man. Ever since I started, fasting again, low key giving my gut a little bit of rest, watching what I eat,
Yeah,
I feel like the inflammation has gone down, but I still need that drug. And I emailed my doctor today, and all I did was just told him that we talked about Humira, but that was about it. But I have an appointment with him on the 24th, and I don't want to wait till that long because I usually take my Stellara on the 18th. But if I'm gonna take a new drug, um, am I gonna have to start off that like with an infusion for Humira? Do you know? Because I started with an infusion for Stellara.
really. So they started. So I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you. So you're saying that you might be getting you get an infusion first, and then after that you do the injections.
Yeah, that's what happened with
Hmm.
Stellara. So I
I
don't know if it's the
remember
same way for Humira.
like man, I wish I remember what that medicine was. But like right after I had my surgery, the second surgery, the medicine they wanted to put me on was a stomach injection too. Was a was a stomach injection. And I remember like not I did it, but I remember being so disgusted with the whole with all of it.
You
I
couldn't do
felt like
it.
I did it, but but never again type thing, you know.
Man, it's one of those
So
things that you have to stomach and you have to, just
no,
do
yeah, I
it.
mean I mean that was a different, person. I'm a different person now than I was then.
Like,
I'm not saying that I would enjoy it anymore now or that, but I think, the greater good out of all of it type thing. I think then it was just like, I felt like a heroin junkie or something like that. And so it just,
oh, bro. Oh, hey, what's good, Serena? Serena's in the chat. She's on YouTube. She said, "Hey, y'all, wanted to say hi. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, Serena."
Hey, Serena, happy Wednesday. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. It's awesome.
Yeah, what do you call it, bro? Like, remember when I sent you the post that I made about the Zeljans when I was doing research
Yeah.
about Zeljans and the Stellara?
Yeah.
Like thinking
Yep, I
about
remember that.
like I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I watched that again, it kind of brought up those feelings because that's one of the drugs I kind of have to go on versus if they don't let me take Humira, but at the same time I'm thinking about going outside, getting a different doctor, and then, seeing what they got to say because, I'm at that
You know,
point.
is that a difficult process? Is that going to be like a pain to
Yeah, because I got to get insurance. And then once I get the insurance, I got to find the doctor and then, schedule all that stuff through them. But what I was hoping is, I would see them and then try and get my drugs through the VA.
Mm. All right, man. Well, of course, I hope it's not a pain. I hope it goes real smoothly.
I hope.
I hope you're the exception.
Thank you. I hope so
And
too.
so, but well, I'm looking forward to at the new job. Um, yeah, so new job, new city, all these things, and so one of the things I have to do is find a new GI doctor, and so because I'm
Serena says she's on Zeljans. She's like, "Oh my God, what about Zeljans? I'm on Zeljans." Bless your heart.
wow.
Bless your heart, sweetie. I made a post last year. When I was researching drugs that I was supposed to go on, they made me choose either between Stellara and Zeljans. And then when I was just researching Zeljans, it was just horrible. Just like all the bad side effects, and it was just like, I'm definitely not taking that. I'm gonna fight tooth and nail to not take that. I'm gonna take the other option. And the thing was that I don't like needles. I don't like needles, so the thought of injecting myself was just like, inject myself or take a drug that could possibly, kill me and give me a whole bunch of worse side effects, worse than Entyvio, because that's what I was on before. You force your doctor
So
for Xeljan's? Is that what you
so
said?
like yeah, so like Serena, so what was your experience with? I mean, what's your experience been like with Xeljan's?
She says so far so good. Have you experienced any side effects? I know that. Wait, Serena, you got UC, right? Or Crohn's? I think you have UC. Um, because my doctor was talking about how it's effective a little bit for people with UC, but for RA or rheumatoid arthritis, that's where some of the problems arise, and that's low key what I'm gonna be taking it for both of them, my UC and my RA. But that's why I really don't want to take it. I'd rather try the Humira injection, see how that goes, and if I kind of feel funny about Humira too, man,
Hmm.
cause like
The
every drug
science,
every drug has a side
yeah,
effects. You're
yeah.
not gonna win. But the
The
thing is,
science, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I know so many people who's had like negative reactions, and I know somebody who's passed away on the drug, and it's just like you're putting death in death, and I'm like, do I?
I know,
It's
I
just
know.
like,
It's
yo, which was the lesser of two
you know,
evils?
and what's fascinating to me is that people will say, "Oh my," people will say about like a drug, oh my gosh, I would never. Well, even substance is a good example. Like I would never take that as like no one wants to take these things.
Nobody wants
It's,
to.
nobody, it's not like it's out of necessity. It's not a necessity, and so
Hmm.
I'm very happy that Serena, that you're not experiencing any side effects. I hope that stays the case, and that you stay in good health and all these things. And so, but yeah, but that's
Like,
I like Rivocaine or whatever else, like Rivocaine or whatever. Like no, it's like oh boy, like taking like 2.5 hour infusions or whatever
oh, I hate
every I
it,
think it was
man.
8 weeks for me and
Yeah,
type thing. And so and I did that for a while, and yeah, I mean that's and the side effects list for that is one of those like late,
that was my
it's
first.
ridiculous.
That was my first drug, man.
Hmm.
I think from that I experienced what did I experience from Remicade? I know I had brain fog for sure. Fatigue was one, maybe inflammation of the joints, but it was more prevalent in the Entyvio.
Might have had side effects, but I just remember thinking that yeah, I mean like I told that story so a ton. I mean it just didn't. I mean it helped me, but it didn't help me.
Felt the
You know,
same.
like yeah, I mean, so according to them, it was like according to my doctors, it was a wonder drug, and I should be I should be just kissing everybody's feet for just in gratitude. And
According
I'm
to
like,
all the docs, every drug they recommend is a fucking miracle drug.
oh
Or
no, they're
else I
saying like
wouldn't be
they're
on my
saying
third one, right?
like they're like Jordan, Jordan, your labs look great. Your labs look great. You
I
know,
feel great, doctor.
no. Um, so
Mm-mm.
so I don't know. So yeah, so that's so I'm looking so I'm looking forward to meeting somebody out here that's that we can build a relationship with and try and because I mean I am curious to see again even for myself what if anything can be done you know kind of improve my quality of life and so but from the last time I checked there's not much.
She said, "Fuck, I had to take a call real quick. I missed it." Um, what were we asking Serena? We asked her
uh, well, we asked her about her experience, and she said that that she
it was good so far.
uh, yeah, it's good so far. Uh, no, no, no. Then we're talking about that, that nobody, nobody chooses,
Oh
like,
yeah,
like nobody chooses these drugs and stuff like that, and it's a time necessity, and so, yeah. So Serena, yeah, we just hope that you continue to be well, and
yeah. I was
so,
also asking you. You got UC right? Because I think that's what we both got. But yeah,
I think
Jordan, if you
so.
haven't already, bro, I'm telling you, you should definitely look up GI doctors that are like the best in your area.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
least 5 stars, bro. Nothing below 5 stars.
4.9, no.
Exactly. You got a 4.5? Nah.
Like
and it, if
scroll.
and
Like
if that
who's
and if that 5.0 doctor says no, threaten him to drop his rating.
so CJ
I'll
like
leave a comment. Don't make
so
me leave a
CJ
comment.
so like do you just like filter your doctors by like by 1 and 2 stars? See what people said.
Bro, nah, the thing is, I feel like I'm at the worst hospital. I'm at the worst, one of the worst VAs, bro. Like, I'm at
Hmm.
the Washington, D.C. VA Medical Center, and I looked up reviews, and it's just, but, and it shows. It really shows. Like, the
It
workers
has a
there,
1.4. It has like a 1.4 on Google.
it's probably like a 3. It says it's want to be a 3, but it's like a 1 star. I'm just keeping it real. It's like a 1 star.
It's a solid, between one point between point nine and between point nine and 1.2.
Yeah.
So
Serena said, "Oh yeah, Def Knot is it works more for my schedule. Yes, you see. Okay, gotcha.
okay, I got you. I got you. Yeah, yeah. I mean, as far as I know, is this the cholesterol powder? That's pretty much my only choice. And they gave me some. I think the last time I was like, "Is that it? Is there nothing else you could do besides that?" And they're like, "Well, you can't take the same exact thing in a pill form." Oh,
They
okay.
said you could take the
Well,
same thing but in a pill form.
yeah. So it's like these big ass these like horse pills or whatever. Um,
I
and
could never
so
take pills like that, bro.
you like
I
you
legit
kind
have
of
to
like
break them down in half or whatever.
you gotta swallow like a seal eating a fish type thing. So like it's just terrible. So like that's not my vibe either. And I'm not really a pill person. In that sense, like I just don't like. I mean, I'll take my vitamins and stuff, but I
Bro,
I don't like the idea that I'm taking like a
have you
bag
ever
of
taken mesalamine, the pills?
no. What's that?
They're like it's like the one of the first things they give you, or the first thing they gave me. I have to take like 4 of them every day. It's like, have you ever heard of the mesalamine suppositories? They also have suppositories as well.
That's the what was it like with Vanika and the gluteal cleft? Like I'm here, I'm like learning all these words type thing. Like I like
Mesa-
never.
Mesalamine is like an anti-inflammatory drug,
All right.
but it's not as strong as the biologics or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You got
So
your words.
yeah, I've been popping them like every morning, and I don't know if I don't know if
Actually,
I just take them
like one
like
of
Tic
the
Tacs. Like
that's funny.
I don't even know if I should keep taking them or if I should stop.
I have speaking my thing for that would be like supposed to be taking like a low dose aspirin for like some for ulcers.
Hmm.
So I'm supposed to be taking low dose aspirin, every day forever, and and so if I remember, just that kind of stuff.
Isn't aspirin bad for us?
Like no, it was like an 81 milligram, and, like the low dose, like for people for like the heart attack aspirin.
Mm.
So it's not for like pain relief or like action. It's not for pain relief or
Is
anything
that
that kind of
still
thing.
like a NSAID?
It might be, but it said my the doctor prescribed. I didn't make it up type thing.
Yo, these
So,
doctors, these doctors are
but
trip. Well, well, my man's got kicked out. Let's see if he pops up in a minute. Here we go.
what the heck happened there?
Look like your connection fell.
Oh, that's weird. I guess I'm gonna call Cox and curse them out.
Weren't they just over there?
Yeah, like weren't you weren't you just weren't you just here? So it's like, like I used to call like everything's working fine until you were here last time type thing. So
That's funny.
yeah, I should just be like a total customer. Um and so I used to work there, so I know.
You
So
tell them business, bro.
mhm,
Don't let them cheap you.
mhm. Like walking through all the screens.
That's not how you do it, sir. I used to
You
work.
know? Mhm. This is being recorded, so la la la.
Make sure you record it yourself.
Make sure you record this and save this.
Get off my back, sir.
Exactly.
uh, man.
Exactly. So I don't know. I mean, I remember that was a great company. I just didn't. The tech support was just like
OD.
um, it was the same three problems. That was but the problem that I had with cable, not Cox, with cable tech support. Like this, headset. Like it was part of it was a headset job. Just be like tethered to a desk like that, and then like and not being able to get up and do things, and then but also like the same three problems. Like so, it'd be a long story. Like, hi, this is Jordan. Hey Jordan, this is CJ. Long story, long story, long story. My cable's broken. Oh, okay. And so all right. And then so is there anything else going on, CJ? Long story, long story. My internet's broken. Oh, okay.
15 minutes
Uh,
just to tell you that the internet's broken.
yeah, exactly. And then they'll say like, well, I'm on home network and I got a hub and a switch and all this stuff and like I got like servers and all this stuff in their house. Like, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Could you like unplug your modem?
Oh my god. You gotta walk through the steps, bro. You have to walk through the steps.
Like it's really funny, dude. Because yeah,
Oh, this.
I know.
Oh man, that's funny.
So I have, but because I will say because of that, all these jobs, all the jobs that I've had have just, added layers of knowledge, to where I am today or whatever. So
Hey, hey,
I'm thankful
bro.
for all of them.
You got your foot in the door, and then you just kept going. Now you got.
I did, and actually, I didn't even apply for that job, the Cox job. Like, I went to a job fair, and I think they like, off of that first interview at the job fair, I got a second interview, then I got the job. And then like, I was there for like a year or so, or a year and a half. Like, did you know you actually never applied to work here? And like, that's not my problem at all. That's not my
you
problem.
got hired. You got a schedule, and you got a paycheck.
For facts, I did all that. It's like that's not hi. So I mean, I'm here.
Sounded
So.
like fucking
Uh,
Brandon was mad.
mhm, mhm. And so, but yeah, but that's but as far as like really, I mean, this is a little side note, but in IT and stuff, but almost houses and businesses are pretty much the same thing as far as internet. It's just as far as how it all starts. There's pretty much a modem everywhere.
Hmm.
So and then the internet just is just kind of distributed in all these complicated ways throughout a building or whatever. But it all starts with a Time Warner modem or something. So that's so for anybody, so that's yeah. I mean, I'm kind of learning. Well, I've I've set up multiple offices, across the country and stuff, just doing that, and that's kind of it's kind of interesting that people make. I think sometimes IT is kind of like mechanic, car mechanics, where they make it sound really complicated just to kind of fool with you and stuff. But sometimes it's it can be pretty simple. All
Plug your
starts
motor,
out.
bro.
Yeah, it's just literally like that. Did you literally like even
I
me
hate
like
I hate when they ask
really
me that. I
like
was like, yes, I unplugged my fucking motor. What you
you know
mean? That's the first thing I
yeah,
did.
I'll be like, I'll be at work or whatever in some job that I've done before, and I'm like behind like all this equipment. They're like, "So can you find the modem?" Like, oh, so none of this stuff matters again because they don't care. Like after the modem, like no matter what your setup is, after the modem, they don't care after the modem. Like before the modem is the cable company. After the modem is your problem.
Dang. Okay. This is out of our hands.
Yeah, so the modem in behind
Ooh, that's
is
tough. That's tough.
so.
Looks like you're gonna. Who did they call for
Oh,
that?
so in fair and really in fairness, all you're really paying for is the connection into the building. Even the modem is a service in a doing this kind of like a little nice favor or whatever. They don't. What you're really paying for if you pay the internet every month is the actual wire into your house. Everything else is kind of your problem
Hmm,
that you pay for.
okay, it's nice to know.
So as a matter of fact, yeah, if anybody listening, I mean, you don't have to actually, rent out a modem or a router from your cable company. You can just buy those things yourself and plug it in yourself and do it all yourself and configure it all yourself and not to pay those rental fees, indefinitely. You can own your own equipment and not only that, it'll be more secure because, that goes for cable company provided security systems too, and it all can be managed by you, owned by you, and then that way you don't have anybody monitoring your stuff besides you.
You hear
Yeah,
that? You heard it here first, gents.
like the things I should be talking about more, but I don't, right? And so maybe what I do Wednesdays we'll start talking about, ask me IT questions. So type of thing. And so because that's what I do. But I
How's the new job been? Have you been doing a lot of IT things?
yeah, what's fascinating is that for people that don't know, I'm a solution. My new title is, or my new job is a solutions architect for the Cosmopolitan Las Vegas, in Las Vegas, Nevada, where I am. And what solutions architect is um, is a person that works with um, kind of business managers and stuff in IT to just solve high level problems and get those executed to provide better business function, better security, all these kind of things. Um and so part of that I got to in my career in IT. I've been in a few cool industries. I've been in construction. I've been in high finance, military, of course, and then so now, and so now being at a casino is like, or a hotel resort casino is like kind of a dream, a little bit of a dream come true. And so, because it's just so cool, like right up from an IT perspective, because there's so many moving parts and technologies and gadgets and stuff that make up a casino, right? All these different moving from just the geek and the nerd into me is kind of like all this cool stuff. And so I actually got to hang out with one of the managers, and he showed me around the property and from an IT perspective, and that was really fun. I got to see a lot of neat things, and so like and just and so yeah, so my and so so I've started out. Yeah, so I mean, this has been kind of 20 years in the making, and so right now I'm kind of a high level manager, and so this is the first time I'm, I guess, in the military. I was a staff sergeant, so so I did have there were a few times where I was supervising people, but But I wasn't necessarily a manager. It was just kind of like a few situations where I was put in, hey, for a few weeks you're in charge type thing, right? But I've always kind of been looking for that same vibe, outside the military. It's taken a little while. But now through hard work and perseverance and dedication and determination, um,
You made it.
that you made it. And so I have somebody working for me. And so I'm a solutions architect, and then I have a solutions analyst that works for me. Um,
So you walk me through what your job does.
yeah, and so my job is they have
Come up with new ways to fix things, or
yeah, exactly. And so I'm trying to find out how I can answer this question without like giving out without giving out information I'm not supposed to. And so but as an example, like let's say you have um okay, as an example, you have Microsoft Office and or um you have Microsoft Office, and you have email. And so email can be all done, can all be all the stuff that it takes to make email work can be stored in servers in big computers, locally. Like inside the office building you're working in, all the equipment that makes email work can be stored locally. Or it can be stored in what you call the cloud,
cloud?
right? And
Yeah.
so like and so like and so all the infrastructure can be either owned by CJ's company, or the infrastructure can or all that infrastructure can be on Microsoft's infrastructure, right? And so my job would be to determining what does it make business sense to keep that stuff on site, or does it make sense to move it, off site? But that's done. That's a small example, and that's not, something that I would be necessarily doing for this, but it would be, but it's like that's like a small example, but it would be like large scale, like enterprise. So my job is architect. Architect means enterprise wide. It means like the entire organization, not like a small piece of it, not like you're supporting accounting or you're supporting
Full cycle,
operations or whatever, but you're supporting the entire enterprise. And so and
like a
so and so it's
cosmopolitan.
yeah, exactly. And so it's enterprise wide problems that I'm solving. And so like
Is it
and
just
so
for the cosmopolitan in Las
cor-
Vegas, or
correct.
is there just one, or is there more
Yeah,
than
and
one?
so it's one property, and they have about 5,000 employees, and so the solution is and so the solutions that me and this guy are gonna develop, and pass it, and write up, like write up these solutions and stuff, and they have executed, are going to impact over 5,000 people, but of course a lot of people coming in and out of the hotel, right? And so it's and I guess if you want to make it more uh in more simple, I guess not simple terms, but more, because it's kind of policy level. It's like it's and so it's a non-technician job that I have now, below that, I guess, would be like engineers.
Mm,
And then engineering, meaning like a network engineer or a systems engineer, or like, which would be like the people that build it, the people that
both the software
create
or the hardware.
yeah, software and hardware, but they're the people that maintain and update and fix, type thing, like what I was doing for forever,
Okay.
type thing. So at various levels, like, and so it might be just, doing laptops or whatever. It might be, or it might be doing like servers. It might be doing like local systems. It might be systems that everybody uses. It might be like routers and switches, which would be like network engineer, and then or it might be like Active Directory, Exchange. Windows, Mac, which would be like system, like a systems engineer type, like software applications and systems, and then all the backbone stuff is network.
Gotcha.
So, and then above that would be a principal engineer, and then above that would be a solutions architect that kind of that develops solutions that all those engineers would be implementing that impact the business,
Okay.
right? And so that's and but or I would say adjacent, but so like my boss is the director of IT engineer as an example. So so that's that's that. So not only that, I guess I'm the first person who's had this position at the Cosmopolitan ever, and so the job
It's a
position
new
is
position.
it's a new position, so it's still being built out and filled out and and created type thing. And so I get so I'm gonna yeah the what it looks like a couple a year or two from now I'll have a better answer for you type thing. And so because right now it's literally I have like I want you to do I want you to work on this. I want you to work on this, and I want you to work on this. We're gonna give you your first project um, soon, and then here's I don't know about 20 or 30 documents that he wants you to read. So
Gotcha. I mean, but just give it a couple years, you'll be ahead of the
yeah,
show. You'll be the
yeah. I
one
mean
you'll
maybe
probably be training the new solutions
because
architects.
what I can say is that like for my entrepreneurial stuff, like this is like the kind of stuff that I want to do in life, this is very valuable. And so I'm just very grateful to have this opportunity. And I had this kind of, I wish I had this epiphany a lot younger in life. So I guess this is something else that people need to know. Um, if you're listening and stuff like that, is it does not matter how good of a technician you are. It does not matter how smart of a technician you are, talented of a technician you are, how good you are at solving problems as a technician. That does not matter. It matters how much value you bring to the organization.
So it doesn't matter if you're good at your job, it just matters how much value you can bring to the
Well,
organization.
and it matters how much value with that skill,
Mm, okay.
with that with your how much I should maybe say how much it matters how much value you bring with your skill sets.
Do you have any
Like
any advice for anybody that wants to join the IT field?
yeah, definitely.
Maybe they don't know where they want to start.
Yeah, like I would say if hmm in the IT world, it's if you can demonstrate your ability is how you get um is how you get people picked, how you get picked up. So even so if you're saying to yourself, oh man, I don't have any experience. How am I gonna get an IT job? Right. And so one of the ways you can do that is say, well, um, find yourself and this is gonna take a little bit of hustle, but find yourself a crappy laptop or go on Craigslist and see if you can find yourself a server that's a piece of junk that nobody's using, and literally whatever you want to be doing, build it at home. Build it at home and play with it and do something cool with it and document that and show and kind of show that and also get a sort of so get a certification. So I would say a combination of a certification and a combination of having a home lab and and demonstrating because I know somebody that's done that. I know somebody that had like was like working like a regular help desk job and like, well, do you have any experience on this like better maybe engineer job? Well, not really. I've never done it before, but I do have my own rack at home, and with with a router and a switch, and and two servers, and I do it all myself, and and I have a whole like network on it. And I tinker. Oh, really? Like that. That means that
You're
that
showing
yeah,
your
yeah,
work.
yeah, you're showing that that this is something that no, 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 this is what I do in my free time that I really really wanted type thing. And so of course because education of course is to me really valuable, but like bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, master's degrees, I think those things still hold value. But those things are only to me only hold value like either A for purely educational purposes, or or B to further your career. You know, and so like and so if you you know and so you may become a point in your IT career like where you need to get a degree to kind of go further and stuff. But I think just kind of figure that out at that point in time. But for me, you know, if you can figure out a way to kind of get this on the job experience, like a lot of times just working your way up. A lot of the times it's with IT, it's like just getting your foot in the door, at the bottom rung. It's almost like it's kind of how the game is played. There's like the only way you can kind of shortcut that is a lot of education, a lot of certification. But even then, education certification just give you a lot of like theory, a lot of
There's
theory,
no
but no
application.
real world. Yeah, but not a lot of real world practical and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like, and so that's why I'm grateful that I have the military experience and bachelor, and school, and I did certification in Office 365. Um, so I was certified in that. So that was a hard test. um, but so I took it twice and passed it though. So
Nice, nice.
it's yeah, so perseverance, you can't give up. See, I had a little bit of patience. So,
I think
but
I took one of the certifications. I forgot which one. Um, I think it's the green one. I think is a PowerPoint. No, it's not PowerPoint. It's the green one. Excel.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think I took
That's a
that one.
very.
Yeah,
Did you pass it or you took it? Did you?
yeah. I don't remember. It was a while ago.
I'm just saying that like, oh, man, CJ, thank you for bringing that up. If you want to be successful in IT, get a bachelor's degree in accounting.
Hmm.
And also or get a certification in Excel, get a certification in spreadsheets, get a certification in and because
Office, Microsoft Office.
if you want to be successful in IT, if you can get an IT job in finance, your life is fine
What?
because
You're just fixing. You're just fixing their computers.
it's a secure job type thing. It's a secure job, and also nobody knows Excel. IT people don't. I mean, maybe this is. I don't know Excel very well. I know Office very well. I can fix Excel, but all the formulas and macros
Yeah,
and all
no,
that kind of stuff. Yeah,
yeah, no, I didn't get it like that.
so like so that's not my jam and so I mean, but I PowerPoint, Word, Outlook, all the rest of them and stuff I'm really really good at. But Excel like so my point is that's like man, if I can go back in time, or even now, maybe one of the things I should learn now is getting a certification in Excel. It's like this like because and it's helpful for you just in life to know that kind of stuff. Is anybody out there?
Mhm.
But that's a very valuable skill to have, because if you want to get like hired at a small business place, a lot of the time, oh, that's something too, is that a lot of the time IT people work with a lot of all these different departments, and if you're in small companies, you might be doing a lot of different stuff. You might be doing accounting, and so if you can
A lot of
start as a
businesses use
skill,
Excel too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Spreadsheets and stuff.
if you can dazzle people with Excel, or show that you know Excel and all these things or such and stuff with it, that's very valuable. I would say because that's you know I would say that's very valuable because at the construction company job that would have been very valuable. It's a construction company, you know what I'm saying? So with thousands of employees all over the country and all these things, and I was an IT guy from them. And I'm saying like man, if I had known Excel, that would have been that value thing I was talking about. You
True, true,
know,
true. Adding
and
value.
so adding value, my friend. So like because you can help all the accountants with very very complicated. If you're like walking around, oh yeah, this little formula right here, that'll save you 20 minutes. If you can do that all the time, you're like, you're the man or the woman or
You're the
whatever.
go-to.
Yeah, right. You're always adding value. You're saving time. You're improving. You're automating things. You're all that stuff.
You're gonna move
And
up
so,
real quick.
yeah, yeah, yep, exactly, exactly. So, as I said, add value. Save. You want to, you want to get a foot in the door, solve a problem for the company. Like if you say, "Hey, I noticed your website. I noticed this. I noticed that." But for me, it's just I got my job right now. Part of it was I've done of course having a good resume together, but ask just literally ask
Is there
like
anything I can help you guys
go
with?
on go on LinkedIn, ask people. You say, "Hi, my name is CJ. I'm looking for this kind of job. Can you help me, or do you know anybody that can?" Like David Meltzer or something like that, right?
Power of
And so like
asking.
the power of asking. But the thing is like find the places that you say, "Wow, it'd be cool to work here," or even like yeah, like for IT especially. Like I look for personally in Vegas. I was before if this didn't work out, the Cosmopolitan, like I had a whole thing I was going to do, and so okay, well next is going to be because I was just at a hospital. I'm going to reach out to all the nice fancy hospitals in town and see if I can see if they're hiring. Then I'm gonna look at all the other high end resorts, in the area. I'm gonna look at the school systems. I'm gonna look at the police, fire systems. The county, the city government. All these different things. Like this. Just hit them up. I have almost 1,800 people on LinkedIn, and hundreds of those people are recruiters and stuff. And so there's all these things that I could have done. And so I'm just grateful. That's all this watering, seed planting, and watering stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm grateful. But sometimes you just you know ask for what you want. Ask for help for what you want. People will not know.
And shoot for the
Don't
stars, land on a cloud.
Yeah,
You never know.
and also don't be afraid to reach out to people directly. At all. The worst case scenarios that you'll get. Especially if you're being polite, professional, all these
They give you
things.
no response. That's it. They won't move up. That's
Don't
it. Don't think
and just
anything about. Don't think too much about it.
all it means is that you were not. A, it's possible they didn't see it, and B, if they did see it, it says red or seen or whatever it is, and they don't respond or whatever. It just means that you're not aligned. It just means maybe at that particular day you're not aligned. You know, and so that's not mean the next day that could change, or next week or next month. So that's also the power of asking, CJ, and the power of the follow up.
Follow
And
up is
so.
important. Many times where I've been ignored and I just said fuck it and never hit them back up.
mm, and so like and so in a if it's something that you want, it's something that you want, it's important, like to give people my thing is two tries. My thing is two attempts. Is two reach outs. It's in kind of in business, email or in personal, like it's just kind of two emails, two texts, two phone calls, a phone call and a text, like that, like an email, like an email and a phone call, like
Two opportunities. Two
yeah,
opportunities.
two opportunities, because my whole thing, and this has been actually something almost like a lifelong thing for me. I don't know where I got this, but it's like a life, like it's. I understand that the first attempt you didn't get it, it didn't work. Your phone was dead, your email's down. There's a snafu somewhere. The second time you got it, and so that's 99% true. And so, like, especially if it's like a good email and a good phone number, you know, or whatever it is, a good Instagram handle, whatever it is, like, and so I believe that in that, um, there's that, to context, and that's just not negative or anything. It just means that again, right now we're not aligned.
That's true. I mean, sometimes
And so,
you just
and
gotta
so,
wait till things are
Way,
right.
yeah,
Sometimes companies be going through things internally
hmm,
and they're not looking for people at that time. Sometimes you just
right,
gotta wait it out.
right. Yeah, that's it. Like literally, like things is if it's a good fit, it's a good fit. Period. Like if it's not, if it's not, it's not. Something. And again, just don't burn it. Just kind of just try to keep the lines of communication open. You know, and then so because you never know. It's you never know. Like I said, like we've been talking to Melody for a very long time. It's a good. And keep trying to get those lines of communication open. It's still borne fruit. So
Agreed. Agreed.
so
We're about to hit an hour. That's dang. It's been a minute.
wow. Wow, that was a good convo. Maybe I'll keep it up, maybe I'll delete it. But
Let's keep it on YouTube. We'll keep it on YouTube.
all right.
We'll do that.
No.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well,
So
cool. Thanks, thanks everybody for joining CJ and I. We appreciate you. If you like hanging out with us, you like the Crohn's veteran content, you want to support people with Crohn's disease, also with colitis, IBS, those things, please subscribe, subscribe us, like us, share us, all these things. Our podcast, we release episodes every Wednesday. Like like to the best of my ability anyway. And so so please check us out on all the podcast platforms. Our last episode was episode 48 with Molly Friel, and that was an awesome interview. It was really fun. Wish her well in everything she does. We're making a lot of good progress on the updated merch store. Thanks to like CJ. It's a team effort over here. So CJ, is putting some effort into that. So thank you to him, and then family over here, myself. We're all doing it. And so so I'm looking forward to showing to having a awesome merch store to help support close worldwide. And so again, crossveteran.com and we